show them why you won. My friends remind me why I became a judge and why I belong here.
Go good.
Go good.
Girl, it looks good.
Thank you. And your hair always looks great. So
Oh, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I am good.
So good. So I just want to get right into this.
Okay.
We are officially in season 3 of All Rise. Take me back to the beginning. How did this project even just come into your lap?
So I was working on a show called Altered Carbon. I was filming up in Vancouver, and my people called me up and they were like, there's this, this role. We want you to read it. They want to meet you. And that was, I think, a Tuesday. I talked with the producers on Wednesday. I worked on Thursday. I flew out. No, excuse me. But regardless, I flew out on Friday. So it was like 3 days. So it was Wednesday, I got the call. Thursday, I talked to them. Friday, I worked all night, flew to LA on Saturday, met with them, auditioned for the job, and then found out on Tuesday that I had gotten it. So it was less than a week. I had no time to stop and think and ask any questions. It was literally just one foot in front of the other. And it was the best, decision I ever made. I got the opportunity to be, the lead on a show as a Black woman on CBS, to get a billboard with my face on it, to play a role that I had never seen, with a Black female judge be the center of the narrative, and to be able to do it with humor and with levity and with, an amazing cast of actors and writers and producers. Like, it has been a hell of a journey, but I'm so thankful that I took it.
That's amazing. That's amazing that it even happened so quickly. So they must have known, like, you are the person for this role. They knew it.
Well, it's interesting. As information comes out, you find out that there were other people that they were like, there's the person. And then they're like, apparently that's not the person. So, but what I will say is that what God has for you is for you. And Lola Carmichael was supposed to be my role. And I'm so thankful that she came into my lap.
Amazing. And we are thankful that you took on that role. And I know fans everywhere are just super hyped and excited that OWN has taken up the season 3 from CBS. So what was your reaction when you heard that news? Because I know it had to be a lot. And then how has that switch played into the season and how it's progressed?
So I have been a fan of Oprah since I was a child. She has been on every vision board that I've had as an adult, as an actor. And so to find out that OWN was the network that picked up our show, I knew that there wasn't going to be any questions as it pertained to telling this story from Lola's perspective. There was not going to be any shift of them trying to force another storyline to be, primary on the show. We knew that they loved the show as it was, and they weren't trying to change the show. They were going to be partners in making sure that every episode was about, these characters and telling this perspective of men and women who work in the legal system, especially women of color and victims and people who are winding up in Lola's courtroom, that represent a lot of what America looks like. And so that was exciting to know that we would be able to keep telling these stories, but then also knowing that we were going to be on cable. It was like, we get to be a little bit more daring, a little bit more risky with the stories, with the language, with the clothes or lack thereof in different moments. So I, was excited and sat down with D. Harris Lawrence, our showrunner, and I was like, I really want Lola to be messy this season. Ooh. And she is messy, honey. Like, she is good OWN messy too. So I think that, our returning fans are going to love what we're doing. And I think the OWN fans are really going to discover this show and, be happy that it's there.
I love that. And well, we love to see it. And I'm actually even just curious how, like, well, I know during the pandemic, the cast really they were like the first to incorporate the COVID-19 pandemic into the storyline and even bringing their own, well, kind of being your own glam squad, being your own Zoom tech person.
Yes.
So how has it been managing that and with that hybrid style of filming today? How was that?
So, which was interesting is on today, I am on Zoom hair and makeup. I did my hair and makeup via Zoom because
Great.
COVID still exists. Thank you very much. I am, thank God, on the last day of quarantine. If I didn't have a year of having to do that, of having to be extra safe and cautious and, figure it out, I would probably look crazy right now. So thankfully, that was an education that I will be able to take with me everywhere. But this season with our show, we really wanted to step away from the COVID storyline. Just because I think as a global community, we're exhausted. It is very real. It is still happening every day. And so I'm not taking that lightly that we chose to step away from that, but we wanted to show these characters in this season's theme, which is new beginnings. And so it feels very much like the first season in terms of not having that fear. I know professionally on set, we all work really hard to keep ourselves and to keep each other safe. So that we can feel free filming, maskless and taking care of our crew members who have to be around us. And so I feel like our audience is going to feel just kind of that same nostalgia and that kind of carefreeness that we had in the first season and feel that rejuvenated in season 3.
I love that. And it's great to see you guys back on the screen. We're glad to see you. And I just wanted to, I was actually looking at social media and I came across a comment that said, "It gives me so much pride and inspiration to see a Black woman starring in this with so much power." Hearing things like that, how do you process that and the impact of your role in the series today?
I thank you for reading the comment section because I try to stay away from it. It can be
It can be
brutal.
scary.
It can
Yes.
be real scary. But the good ones, when they make it my way, I am just infinitely overwhelmed with gratitude to be able to play a character that resonates with people, to be on a show that people love and care about,
Yeah.
but also to be an example for what is possible in this industry.
Yeah.
I am a Black woman leading a show that started out on a major network that does not have a lot of Black women leading shows. They had never had a Black woman leading a show up until that point and being the only lead. Like we had Black women who were co-leads, but they were sharing that, position one. And this was the first. And now we have Queen Latifah on Equalizer kicking ass every week. And we have other shows on other networks with Black women in the leading position. And it's not just 2 or 3, it's a lot. It's not just legal drama, it's sci-fi, it's based off of books, it's women of various shades and cultural backgrounds that are leading shows. And now being able to be an executive producer as an actor, giving that, being another one of those counted in the few so that we can see it be many. So I am, just so thankful because what I am doing professionally is also inspiring to people personally. And I do get messages from people saying, "I'm a lawyer and this show is so important," or "I am studying to be a lawyer and now I want to be a judge," or "I am a judge. Thank you for showing what we go through." And so, you don't always get that when you're playing sci-fi characters in, 40 years in the future, but I certainly am having it on all rides.
That's amazing. And it's good to see that we are so multifaceted and they're showing that on the screen. We deserve all of that. And I love that it's been shown. And I just want to ask, because I know the premiere is right around the corner. So tell me what your premiere night is looking like. Are there going to be any watch parties going on? What's the tea?
Listen, it is all up in the air. You know what's funny? Actually, it's not up in the air because it keeps changing. I will say that. So initially, I was supposed to be landing on a plane coming back from New York,
Wow.
and that trip got canceled because of COVID. So then I was supposed to be at home watching from the comfort of my couch. And that's going to change because of COVID. Now I'm going to be at work.
Oh God.
Working because things are shifting. But I will say this, I will be live tweeting. My castmates will be live tweeting. I have seen that first episode so many times, but I am so excited about it. I will say we had originally kicked the show off with a different song. And about 3 weeks ago, which is like the last of the last moment when you should make this observation, I was like, hey guys, I think we should have a different song. And they were like, okay, executive producer, now let's see what you got. And our own family was like, yeah, let's do it. And so I am so excited for that moment when the music comes on and the images flash across the screen and you get to see, you know, Lola and Mark and Benner and all of our favorite characters in this election night. I think our fans are just going to lose their minds. So I am excited for people to see, and I will be watching from work and tweeting furiously.
Well, we will all be watching and waiting, and I know everyone is super excited. So thank you so much for your time and sitting down with us.
Thank you. I really did. Thank you.